we do have bad news to discuss with Disney later when it comes to just Disney as a corporation. But when it comes to Marvel, it seems like there might actually be some good news coming for them right now, as it looks like tickets went on sale for Fantastic Four First Steps, and they're saying there have been mass outages and inability to buy tickets from multiple different avenues, meaning Fandango, Regal, AMC are all saying that they crashed the system from ticket sales.
Maybe they just made a terrible system so that it would crash, so that people would think it would be due to people buying tickets.
I 100% believe that. So Grace Randolph said, "Well, fantastic."
I love Grace.
I'm the only person I'm the only person who likes the sound of her voice.
She's delightful.
Yes.
I sometimes do an impression of her on Friday Night Tights, and she's just like, she's lovable. I always love when she's low-key, showing how much she's attracted to somebody, like a certain John Cena or I love her. She's always focusing on diversity.
She is.
Yeah.
She says, well, Fantastic Four tickets are on sale, but all the movie ticket sites are crashing due to demand. This has got to make Marvel happy. Good luck getting your tickets. She does point out that they also crashed for Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. And that made like $63 million in its opening weekend. So it's not indicative of like, why didn't Lilo and Stitch crash the platform if it
because
is that?
Because kids don't know how to open the computer. They don't know the password.
Oh, they're so dumb. No.
They're so dumb. They just mash the keyboard.
Everybody's telling us that we're just giving kids laptops early or tablets too early, but they can't even log on and buy tickets.
The Asian kids can do it.
So, look, I was going to say we should watch this new trailer for the movie. So I think we should, at the very least. They released a new teaser for it today. Ooh. I will ask before, are you going to be watching it? You're going to have to,
yeah,
right? You're going to have to do your homework.
I'm going to have to for FNT. I am not a lore master or whatever you call yourself, Aiden. But I will. I've been told that this movie is looking like shit. I've been told people are not looking forward to the female Silver Surfer, that it looks like just like a bad, trophy topper.
Well, let's watch the trailer and then we'll see.
Family. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
Johnny, now!
As a family.
Fantastic! Hold on! Today, we are your defenders. The four of us will face the danger. And we will protect you.
Is this guy good? Oh!
The clobbering time?
Oh, yeah!
I finally knocked it off the list.
List?
The new spacesuits.
Oh. I take back every single bad thing I've been saying about you. To myself. In private.
Okay.
I felt nothing.
It just doesn't look good.
Yeah, look, I'm one of those people. I get accused on here of anything of liking everything. They think I'm too lenient.
You're a liker.
I'm a liker. I am. Most of the time, just going to the theater does a little bit, right? Most of the time, just going to the theater is enough to be interesting to me. I did have my problems with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, despite the fact that I'm Tom Cruise's biggest defender. But in general...
You like Scientology?
Did you do time at Likers Island?
Yes, I did.
Oh, God.
The point here being that with this movie, I just don't feel it. It just doesn't land with me in the same way.
No, I don't.
I got more from the Superman trailer than I did from this, and I liked the Superman trailer more than I liked the teaser to Superman.
And people like... more people like Superman because you don't have to know the lore, the deal with the Fantastic Four, just about you don't have to be a mega nerd to know who Superman is and like Superman. It just appeals to a broader audience. Also, they keep trying to make Pedro Pascal happen. He's not happening. He's like if Pepe Le Pew were a human person. I don't feel moistness when I look at him. I don't.
So
I'm not sliding off a chair. I don't know why he has to be in everything.
I'm never seeing him that like they said that he's got like the like an anxiety disorder. That's why he's
Or he
always
has
like
to touch
touching people.
somebody.
I never see him touching anyone other than Vanessa Kirby.
Isn't that funny? You don't see him touching an obese person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with that? I have no idea.
It's a coincidence.
I have panic disorder and I don't need to touch people.
There you go. Fantastic Four is also just on the big screen hasn't ever been as successful as I think some people imagine it was. Like the first one was it 2005, and then the sequel was in 2007, and everybody remembers the really really bad Fan 4 stick from 2015 that nobody cared about because they race swapped. A bunch of characters, and it was at a really, really dark time in those types of movies.
I feel like the 2005 and 2007 ones kind of rode the wave of like Spider-Man.
I mean, I like the 2005 one.
I remember seeing it as a kid, and I was like, oh, this is fun. This is a fun movie.
You were a kid in 2005?
I am
God,
27
I'm old.
years old. I'm 27.
I got to go get my AARP card now.
Yeah, but no, I liked that one.
Yeah.
I didn't really totally get it because I was 7.
Yeah.
But
It's I think that they imagine it as popular as X-Men, but it's not as popular as X-Men.
It just seems like, all right, now it's this franchise's turn at a remake. All right, let's just try this. We've run out of ideas.
They've also Disney spent like millions upon millions of dollars I guess billions of dollars to get Fantastic Four and the X-Men back from other companies, right? Because it cost them a fortune to get X-Men back from Fox, and they still haven't really put them to good use other than bringing back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, which I did enjoy, Deadpool and Wolverine, but that for the most part felt like a 20th Century Fox movie and not a Disney movie.
I enjoyed. They both worked out. I enjoyed the icon,
they
the
both
eye
worked
candy
out.
there.
You just went with headphones on and just watched?
Yes, just headphones and a bucket of popcorn to hide my masturbation.
So there's no dick in a box, but there is something in a popcorn bucket.
There's a box in a box.
Funnily enough,
Snapper in a
that
box.
reminds me. So when you go, you're gonna have to use this here. It's the Galactus popcorn bucket,
Oh,
and it's
cute.
actually called a popcorn vessel, which somehow does feel dirtier
is.
than a
It's
popcorn bucket.
It's a
Kinda
popcorn
like it.
vessel.
You
Who
know.
has room for all these popcorn buckets? I guess you could put them on top of like your kitchen counters. Like,
Well,
if you have
no,
room.
it's the people who used to buy Funko Pops, but then nobody buys the Funko Pops anymore.
At least it's not as bad as when they had the sandworm from Dune.
Oh yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
sexual.
That was on purpose.
That
You
was-
can't convince me that you know how hard it is to get stuff through legal. You're telling me not one intern, not one person's like, sir, that looks like a fleshlight.
Nobody sat down and went, you can't give them the Shiholicy.
They all got away with it because everyone's like, "What's a fleshlight? How would I know?"
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Bob's your uncle. There's a 20 here from Brian Bledsoe. It says Fantastic Four premieres the same weekend of Comic-Con, and they got tickets earlier than San Diego showings were filling up fast. So, look, but they're not doing Hall H. They're not doing any presentations there this year. They're going to have a booth, and they're going to do their normal panels for the comic division and stuff like that. But look, I still listen to quite a few YouTube channels that talk comics, or at least tangentially, and they say almost universally that those videos don't do well. There is dead interest in the comic industry as a whole.
That makes
So for the films, also they're going to be holding off because I think last year was when they announced Doctor Doom with Robert Downey
Right.
Jr. So there's just nothing to announce right now.
And now didn't they keep announcing it's this endless list of every celebrity that's in that movie basically.
And it got pushed back another 6 months, so it's
Ugh.
going to take time to come. I think it's going to be a winter. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I think it's going to be a winter release, and it seems like a mistake to release a Marvel, to release that particular Marvel movie in the winter.
Right? Isn't that bad for award time?
Maybe what they're doing is they're just tacitly admitting that kids don't go to these movies, so summer doesn't matter.
Yeah, true.
It just doesn't matter anymore because it's people my age that are going to these movies, and it's not if Mary was here, she'd be like, "What?"
Yeah,
I don't
she's
know
not
who
gonna
Doctor
go.
Doom is. I don't know what Marvel is.
See,
I
that
wouldn't-
would upset me.
Yeah.
Oh,
If that would make me angry.
Yeah.
Also, I don't get why Tony Stark is Doctor Doom.
no! Didn't he already did Iron Man?
Yeah,
His
well, that's the
dance
thing.
card
Chris
is
Evans
full.
also already was the guy who I unfortunately referred to as Flamer once
Yeah.
before learning his real name. But Chris Evans was that guy, and then they made him Captain America.
Yep.
That worked. You can't go the other way around. You can't go bigger property to smaller property.
Right.
Also, when that happened, they weren't connected. The Fantastic Four wasn't
Yeah.
part of the MCU, so it
Wow.
wasn't the same thing. All of it should be.
Oh wait, is this Fantastic Four movie part of the MCU?
It's yeah.
I think so.
I hate it. I hate all of it. It makes me angry.
And going forward, now you're going to see all those movies, all those actors going to end up in Avengers.
How?
Oh, great.
How? See, this is what's going to piss me off. Now I have to see the movie to know how this works out.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
Was that the plan?
That's
The plan was to get you specifically to go.
Okay, so here's another one here. So
I'm kind of a big deal.
I've got some news that doesn't connect, or that connects to this, but seems to be pushing back on what they were saying. This was from Cosmic Book News. I just saw this here. It's doing the thing where it shows Fantastic Four seats in with the four, and it looks like I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tickets
They
sold.
call it the Fantastic Four because that's how many people are going to see
up.
the movie.
So when I checked my local theater, which isn't like a Regal, it's like it's like an Alamo Draft House.
I love the Alamo Draft House.
It's like
the popcorn is so good.
I don't drink, but I imagine that if I did, I would enjoy being there.
You can get a boozy milkshake. You can get a good cheeseburger.
There were some tickets sold for the Thursday showing, and like none for the Friday at 10 p.m. and like 1 row for the Friday at 7 p.m. So maybe you're right. Maybe they just have a bad webmaster and like nobody there who knows how to, actually build their website.
Yeah,
they should fix that.
Everything's bad. Everything's in smaller and smaller rooms, so they can be like, "Oh, it's sold out."
Yeah,
we had it in a broom closet, and it's sold out.
Well, in the theater we go. It makes sense to the theaters that we go to because they have the chairs that recline, so they can fit less seats in there. Oh, I actually do believe that the best part of a movie is like after I take a 5-minute nap.
Is the nodding off.
and I nod off for like 5 minutes, and then I'm like ready to go for the rest of the movie.
What did I miss? And you're really engaged.
I don't get to, I don't ever take naps at home, but that's because nothing's tethering me to a chair in the dark and keeping me there. So I remember I did like when we went and saw like one of the Kenneth Branagh Hercule Poirot movies. I absolutely fell asleep for like 30 minutes, and I had to like tell that because we still reviewed it the next day. I'm like, just for record's sake, I was out for like at least 30 minutes of that, so I might have missed like crucial plot points. We got a 20 here from Pop Culture Junkie. Says, my Disney source says that Marvel is cheaping out on Comic-Con this year because they plan to blow the roof off the joint next year. I'll wait to see it. Yeah, I mean, that at least makes sense to me, especially
just keep waiting, guys. Just keep waiting.
Oh, next year it'll be big.
Eventually it's going to be really good, guys. I promise.
Just hang in there.
Well, we will have to wait and see. But
this is
let
like me
know.
promising my audience a sexy calendar. We keep saying it's going to happen, but I am getting less sexy as the years go on.
It's like eventually you're going to be out of that age range where it's easy to get into that level of shape.
I'm out of that age range. Once maybe it'll come back around when I'm in like my 50s and I got like gray hair and
in your silver fox.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on the replay, guys, let me know down below. Check your local theater and let us know if their tickets are selling out there for you guys as well. I'd like to see if they are. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.